The only thing you need to start making money with your photos right now is your phone. You're walking around with this thing in your pocket all day and you're not even using it to its full potential. As much as I'm tired of saying this, and you're probably even more tired of hearing it, the best camera is the one that you've got with you. And as much as it is a cliche, it is true. And I know for a fact that you can make money with your smartphone photos. And I mean, wouldn't it be nice if this, your phone, paid for itself? Yes. Yes, it would. Welcome back to the channel, my friends. If you're new here, my name is Chris. I'm a full-time photographer and videographer from Sweden. Today we're talking about stock photography again, a second video in a row. If you missed the previous one about my top-selling photo of 2020 and how much money that made me, I'll put the link up here somewhere and maybe that'll give you some additional motivation for uploading photos in 2021. So do go check that out if it sounds interesting. Today, however, we're going to be talking about this, smartphones. Your smartphone, any smartphone. If you're watching this, you're probably already taking a lot of photos with your smartphone. You're really enjoying it and you're wondering if you can start making some money out of it. Or maybe you're just curious and getting started with both. Well, in short, I'm going to tell you that yes, you can make money with your smartphone photos. I have smartphone photos in my portfolio. So let's talk a little bit about why phone photography is great, why you should do it, and what might be nice to keep in mind before you get started. Personally, I wish I had something like this when I started out with stock photography. Back then I was like 18 or 20 years old and I was using this like 2 or 3 megapixel point and shoot camera. I'm pretty sure that the size of my photos were right on the edge on what was technically allowed on iStock back then. Now, like 15 years later, we're all walking around with these 12 megapixel cameras at least in our phones, several built-in lenses, 4K video, 60 frames per second, like little beasts. And for some insane reason, we tell ourselves that we can't get our photography career started yet because we don't have the right gear yet. That's just not true anymore. You know that saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, the second best time is now? I think this applies very well to this too. Sure, I didn't have these 20 years ago, but you do now, so use it. Because 2 or 5 or 10 years from now, you're going to be super happy and grateful that you took the time not only to upload these to make some extra cash, but that you took the time to do this on a regular basis, to learn, to grow as a photographer, to grow as a photo editor. And when you finally get that professional camera in the future, you will already have all this knowledge with you. Because when you learn to create a lot with less, you just grow so much more as a creator. When you do get that gear, if you choose to, you're just gonna be ahead of everyone else that started learning the day they got their first camera. So why is phone photography great for stock? Well, there's a few good reasons, I think. I mean, first there's the convenience. Put this somewhere. First, there's the convenience. I mean, as we already said, it's the camera that's pretty much always with you already. So when those spontaneous or unexpected moments happen, you're ready to capture it. I mean, when you're shooting with a lot of pro gear, you usually don't carry it all with you, thereby missing a lot of great moments. And even if you do carry it with you, by the time you take your bag off and get the camera out and the lens on and the settings right, that moment might be gone. With this, however, you're pretty much always ready. The second thing is authenticity. Clients want more and more authentic images. Like we, the consumers, are so used to seeing images on a daily basis thanks to social media. And we can easily spot what's real and what's fake. And we all tend to gravitate to the images with real people in real life situations, in real moments. Most of those moments that we like so much are real, spontaneous moments with real people that were captured on someone's phone. It's kind of funny because photographers strive to make more high-end content, while the big clients are trying so hard to look more down to earth. So I guess we're all sort of meeting in the middle somewhere. So just keep it simple and keep it real. Same thing goes for light. Staged photos with flashes and the perfect light, they don't look real. Most people don't want that anymore. Instead, shoot in daylight when it actually looks really nice outside. At sunset, really early in the morning. Don't try to fake it, just use what we have. Your phone is also a really great hybrid camera, meaning that it shoots pretty good photos and pretty good videos. Most phones even have a time-lapse function these days. This is something that stock photographers and many other creators are always on the hunt for, the perfect hybrid camera. that does all of these things really, really good. And funny enough, we're all walking around with a pretty good hybrid camera in our pockets all day. Another great thing is that you don't need a computer to edit or upload your photos. There are many great free photo editing apps for phones. And of course, a lot of good editing apps that you can pay for as well. And whenever you feel like you want to take that step. Personally, I both shoot and edit my smartphone photos in Lightroom because it has a lot of like good options both for shooting and editing. And when you're paying for the software, you get to use their cloud options, so you can start editing on your phone, and then if you want to, when you get back home, you can sit down by your computer and continue editing that same photo, which is super convenient if that's something that you want to do. I don't know, I'm not sure how it works with all the stock agencies, but at least with iStock and Get Images, you can upload everything through their app and keyword it and do the descriptions and everything. So you never need a computer if you don't want to, which is another great thing. You can just upload when you're on the move. All right, so you decide you want to give this a shot. Now what? Well, let's start with the photos that you already have. Most of us have hundreds or maybe even thousands of photos on our phones already. And if you love taking photos, then I'm sure you have a lot of great photos on there already. So the first thing that I would do is to create a new folder or album in your photo app. Then I would go through all my old and recent images on my phone and select my absolute favorites. And when you do, make sure that they're in focus, that they're nice and bright, no filters, no artsy black and white or crazy color corrections. Let's save some creativity for the client that buys the photo. If they want to go nuts with the edit, let them do it. There's also nothing more annoying than a crooked horizon. So if you got the photo like a sunset over the ocean, please make sure that the horizon is leveled, because nobody wants to buy a photo where it feels like you're standing like this and watching it. Or maybe in San Francisco because of the hills. Maybe most importantly, when you're scrolling through these images, try to put yourself in the shoes of any potential client and ask yourself, if I was looking for a photo of blank, would I buy this? If the answer is yes, it's highly likely that someone else is gonna think that as well. Then I would move all of these favorite images into the new folder, edit them very slightly if needed, like the horizon for example. And when you have like 10 or 20 images that you're really proud of, that's when you can start looking for a stock site that you want to contribute to. Like most stock sites require you to upload a few images, a few image samples before you get accepted as a contributor to that site, just to make sure that you sort of know what you're doing behind the camera. So try to be as diverse as possible in this stage. Like if you have a different range of photos, try to mix it up. I mean, use some landscape photos, some food photography, some people, some animals, and only choose your absolute favorites at this stage. I mean, once you're accepted, you just gotta keep shooting and keep uploading. Like most social media sites, the stock search engines really like contributors that really like photographers that contribute on a regular basis, and they contribute often, consistently. So get out there, shoot whatever you enjoy, have fun, upload as often as you can, to build up your portfolio and just get seen on the site. Keep it up, and I'm sure you're eventually gonna see a return on the time invested in this. I mean, at first it's probably just gonna be enough money to buy you a cup of coffee. But with time, I'm sure you can get that phone to pay for itself. Just don't forget that all the rules that apply to the pro photographers with their fancy cameras still apply to you as well, even if you're just like shooting sneaky photos from your hips. So avoid any and all logos. Get signed model releases for any friends and family that you're photographing. Signed property release if you're shooting at someone's property, even if it's your own home. Most stock sites give these releases out for free to all their contributors, so it's not going to cost you anything. And with that, I think that's all I want to talk about in this video. Hopefully it made sense. If you have any questions about this at all, please leave them in the comments down below. I'm sure I've missed something super important that you wanted to know. And let me know if you want to see a tutorial on how to actually take some nice photos with your smartphone. And what to think about technically. I think that'd be a fun video to make as well. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it. It's the absolute best way to support the channel and make it grow. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. The only thing you need to start making money, So let's talk a little bit about that. Just to make sure that they know you kind of know what you do. Just to make sure that